Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St.Marys Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Marys Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Marys Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Marys Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Providing insurance services since 1953, the R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Marys, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Marys Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Marys the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Marys. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Marys. Give them a call today.
At Chef Auto Sales in St. Marys, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron Hyde, the car guy at Chef Auto Sales.
Well, good evening, everyone, and we welcome you to another Rider Nation Station sports telecast. As tonight from Grand Lake Health Systems Court in St. Marys, it's a Western Buckeye League encounter between the Defiance Bulldogs and the St. Marys Rough Riders. Hello again, everyone. I'm Joe Hurlbert. I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action of tonight's contest. Joining me tonight is Derek and Kelly J. And, of course, the Rough Riders, Derek, come in 1-0 on the season. They've only played one game, the season opener against New Knoxville, in which they won easily. And, of course, the Defiance Bulldogs come in with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. So the league play starts tonight, and we'll see how it goes.
Right, you know, it's 2 teams with not a lot of games under their belt. You know, for whatever reason, with the Riders is football. You know, had a couple games canceled for opponents' football success, and then Defiance just not a lot of games under their belt as well. So 2 teams kind of feeling each other out tonight, and 2 teams that are very familiar with each other, and so it'll be an interesting matchup.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the St. Marys Rough Riders. They're 1-0 on the season. They had an easy win in their season opener against the New Knoxville Rangers, and they did that without Austin Parks, who is really battling one of those nagging injuries, so to speak. And you had an opportunity to talk to one of the trainers earlier this week, and he's not 100%, but he's going to go.
Right. He's been dealing with a groin injury for several weeks now. It started before the season, and he just started to practice again at the end of last week. And according to everybody's favorite trainer, Molly Albert, he's not quite feeling 100%, but feeling well enough to go tonight. So we'll see if there's any sort of minutes restrictions. Not sure yet, but we'll see. That could very well be a possibility.
Well, I think really, in all honesty, whether he scores 18 or 20 points or 5 points, I think just his presence on the floor is going to be very effective for the Rough Riders.
Correct. As his game developed, even in the midst of last season, he was basically the sole reason for their deep tournament run. They made a run all the way to the regional finals, finished the season 18-8, had one of the better seasons the Riders have had in quite a while. So that was all off of the back of Austin. So it's crucial for them that they have him, because Defiance is a whole heck of a lot better than New Knoxville.
Well, as I mentioned, they won their first game over New Knoxville without the services of Austin Parks. And I'll tell you what, in order for him to do well, you have to have guys that'll step up, and they did against New Knoxville.
Right. They had, with some key losses last year, Gavin Reineke, Kyle Steininger, who provided a lot of their ball handling, a lot of their perimeter shooting, they'll need some other guys to kind of step up and fill those shoes. And so we'll get some new guys for those Rider Nation Station fans that may not have caught that first New Knoxville game. Some newcomers include Jaden Lotz, who's a senior guard. Cobain Owens is a junior guard. Noah Payne is a sophomore guard. And so the combination of those three guys kind of provides some extra ball handling and shooting, and something that they desperately need this year.
And, of course, Jace Turner has grown an inch over the season. He comes in at 6'7". Of course, Austin Park as well has grown at 6'11", and Evan Anksman at 6'6". So the Rough Riders have some excellent size they'll put on the floor. And, of course, I've always said, and we've watched Jace Turner progress over the years from a freshman, sophomore year. Now he's in his junior season. But I think for the Rough Riders to be successful, Jace Turner's going to have to put the ball in the hole a little bit more than he did the previous two seasons.
Yeah, that's definitely a correct assessment. I know all of last year, his teammates and the coaching staff always were telling him in practice and in games for him to shoot more, because he's a talented kid and can definitely score. And so that they'll need that even more so this year. And so it's very encouraging for Jace to score 21 points last game against New Knoxville. So hopefully he can keep that up as the competition gets a little stiffer.
Absolutely. And, of course, the Rough Riders will be on the road tomorrow. They'll go down to Dublin to take on Dublin Kaufman. Of course, Dublin and St. Mary's did battle here last year at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Dublin come out with a big win on that one. We've taken a look at the St. Mary's Rough Riders. We'll touch back on them in just a moment, because we have a special clip of a special presentation to Austin Parks. We'll show that right before the national anthem. But on the other hand, the Defiance Bulldogs come in under Bryn Lehman. They're 2-1 on the season. They beat Napoleon 48-34, and they have a loss to Rossford 51-48. But this is a ball club that you can't take lightly.
No, and the Riders, you might say, took them a little lightly last year and got beat pretty handily. They got beat 48-35 up at Defiance, and Defiance returns basically all of their main players from last year. They returned Caden Zachrich, Braden Shaw, and Tyler Frederick, all who were major contributors last year against St. Mary's. Kind of some multi-sport athletes. You may have seen Braden Shaw against the Riders in baseball. He signed to play as a pitcher to Akron. And so, just some athletic kids. And if you look at their season stats, Defiance is holding their opponents to 38% from the field, and their opponents are only scoring 40 points a game against them. And, that's something that Coach Bryn Lehman, who's the son of longtime coach Kirk Lehman, he coached 17 years, and then Bryn just took over a couple years ago. Something he's continued. If you ever saw any of Kirk's teams play, that they're always really good defensively, and that's been the case so far this year for Defiance. So that's definitely something that the Riders will have to overcome today, is find a way to score, because Defiance last year did a really nice job of kind of shutting Austin down and throwing a lot of people his way.
I'll interrupt here. In last year's game, Austin Parks, I'm assuming it was his season low, 4 points against the Bulldogs, and they've got some size with Zachrich. He's a 6'6" kid who moves pretty well, and I'm not saying that he's going to single-handedly shut down Austin Parks, but give him a little assistance, a little close down, a little double team, and he can do, he can at least
hold his own a little bit so that you don't have to send 3 guys at him.
But yeah, 4 points for Austin last year. Angstman had 8, Turner had 7, and they locked us up pretty well. Now I will say this, that game was kind of a turning point for the Riders last year. It was the emergence of Kyle Steininger. Kyle's got a little playing time in the second half, came out, got a couple steals, hit a couple buckets, and kind of gave the Riders a spark in the second half. Obviously, we didn't come up with the win, but he made his mark enough that within a very short period of time, he had worked himself in as the starting point guard. And the other thing that happened in that game, zone. It was the game when the Riders finally switched to a zone defense.
What do you foresee? Do you foresee the Defiance defense putting 2 or 3 guys on Parks and?
Oh, they're gonna do, yeah.
They're gonna pound around on him a little bit.
Yeah. So as we're gonna take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick break here. Before we do that, we mentioned Austin Parks, and in the first game against New Knoxville, Austin scored his 1,000th career point as a Rough Rider basketball player. We've got a clip of that presentation. We'll take some commercial breaks, and then we'll come back with the introduction of players and the tip-off of tonight's ball game from Grand Lake Health Systems Field. You're watching Rough Rider basketball on Rider Nation Station. We'll be right back.
Last March, during the Division II Regional Final Boys Basketball Tournament game versus Gilmore Academy AAU team, current St. Marys Rough Rider and future Ohio State Buckeye Austin Parks scored the 1,000th point of his career. Please rise and recognize Austin Parks as he receives his 1,000th point ball from head coach Dan Hagemeyer.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Laura Yelton State Farm, servicing the St. Marys area since 1989. With your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call or stop in today and see Laura or Logan Yelton for a free quote. Go Rough Riders!
Tap House at the Square invites you to join us after the game. Located in St. Mary's Square Business Complex, the Tap House is the new place to meet old friends. Best of luck to all Rider athletes and teams. Cheers to a healthy and successful season with lots of wins. See you at the Tap House at the Square.
All right, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Derek and Kelly J for tonight's Western Buckeye League opener. The Defiance Bulldogs come to Grand Lake Health Systems Court to take on the Rough Riders. And, of course, we've talked a little bit about both teams, and we saw the clip of Austin Parks' 1,000th career point, so we extend our congratulations to him as well. And, of course, he is headed to Ohio State University, while he will further his basketball career as a Buckeye. So we're waiting for the introduction of starting lineups after they introduce the cheerleaders.
Unfortunately for Austin, he scored his 1,000th point during a tournament game. And during a regional final tournament game.
So they're
not going to stop.
They didn't want to halt that for that one? Well, that surprises me.
Yeah, they didn't seem real eager to do that. So, yeah, it was kind of unfortunate timing for Austin for that to happen, but it was nice to see St. Mary's recognize him in that first game.
Of course, as I mentioned, tomorrow they'll be on the road. They'll be in Dublin to take on Dublin Jerome, and then on Friday the 16th, the Rough Riders will be on the road. They'll take on the Wapakoneta Redskins in their second Western Buckeye League game, and then on the following Thursday, they will take on the Flyers of Marion Local, provided they are ready to go as far as basketball is concerned. Of course, they just won a state championship in football, so that always pushes your basketball program back a few weeks.
Given their history of football success, they've gotten pretty used to those short preseason periods where, you're maybe practicing for a week and a half, and then they're kicking off. So I'm guessing that game will be played as scheduled with not much practice, so that'll advantage Rough Riders in that situation.
I would think so. But you never know. That's why you play them. Tell you what, we got a good crowd here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court across the way, and I'll tell you what, I think you're going to see that throughout the course of the season, not only at home, but you're going to see it on the road because Austin Park's going to draw a lot of people. They want to see the big fella play.
Sure.
Yeah, anytime you get a Division I signee, you're going to have pretty big crowds following him, but when it's Ohio State, that magnifies it even more.
First team WBLer last year, 18 points a game. As we said, scored his 1,000th point already, 7 rebounds a game. And to be honest, I think the 7 rebounds is probably a little shy. The huddle stat program may not be quite as accurate, but just all around, one of the stats that I just love about Austin Parks is the fact that he led the team in assists last year.
Yeah.
Your 6'11" center leading your team with assists shows the ability to pass and ability to see the floor.
And he's not selfish. That's a good indication that he's a team player. Being introduced now, the Defiance Bulldogs, Braden Shaw.
Braden Shaw is a senior, and if you look at the Defiance lineup, they're a senior-dominated lineup. All 5 starters are seniors. Shaw is a 13-point-a-game scorer so far in the early season.
He runs the point for them and kind of starts their offense.
Being introduced for the Rough Riders at guard, Cobain Owen.
CO2. Hopefully CO3.
Yes.
Aiden Kiesling.
Aiden Kiesling.
Yep. Another senior. So far, just under 4 points per game.
Number 11, Braden Sullivan, another guard for the Rough Riders, been introduced. Number 5, David Jimenez for Defiance.
Jimenez, not much of a scorer. I'm guessing kind of a role kind of guy.
Evan Anksman being introduced. Of course, Evan
had a big game against New Knoxville, had 19 points, so hopefully he can step up again today and help out Austin Parks offensively.
And of course comes in at 6'6". Jace Turner being introduced. Of course, had a big game against New Knoxville in the season opener. Picked up a lot of slack of the absence of Austin Parks.
I may have had him being 10 for 10 from the field on the game against Knoxville. Now, I'm not sure how accurate my stats were. I was not real focused that night, but yeah, I could have had him. 33, Caden Zachrich is the leading scorer for the Bulldogs coming in tonight, 15.7 points per game.
He gave St. Marys a lot of trouble last year because he can stretch it out to the perimeter even though he's 6'6". And so when the Riders played man, it forced Austin to come out of the paint and reduced his ability to block shots. So it'll be interesting to see how the Riders choose to defend him this year, if Austin guards him or if they sit back in a zone.
He had 16 points against the Riders last year, including 2 threes.
Wow. And he's put together pretty well.
Yeah.
He'll stand his ground. Parks and Zacharich at center court. Tip is controlled by Parks and the Rough Riders, and here comes Cobain Owens with the basketball. Owens to Sullivan to Anksman. Kick it in the corner to Owens, and we've got a whistle already. Foul's going to be called on Aiden Kiesling.
Nope, they're going to get Zacharich for that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Caden Zacharich.
Which is big. That's a big call right there for 2 reasons. One, get Zacharich in foul trouble will really help out the Riders. And 2, if the game's going to be called like that, that's going to benefit St. Marys so that they can't be overly physical with Austin down low.
Sullivan, Owens, Anksman far side. Swing it back to Owens.
And you see right now, you see Zacharich fronting Austin in the post. And then
the help side
coming around from behind.
Owens puts it on the floor, the basket goes up, nope, won't go. Rebound up and in by Jace Turner. Rough Riders grab the lead on the American Legion scoreboard.
And even though Cobain was maybe a little out of control on that layup, he did draw the shot blocker over, and so that makes it a lot easier to grab the offensive rebound.
Parks hit the deck pretty hard. The shot put up and in by Caden Zacharich. There you see it on our instant replay. Parks picks himself off the deck. Rough Riders have it. Anksman with the basketball in the corner. It goes to Owen. Turner for 3. Nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to the hands of Braden Shaw. Bulldogs are coming the other way. Oh, and he loses the handle. Owen, easy layup. Good defense by the Rough Riders. A turnover resulted in 2 the other way for St. Marys. And they jump out to a 4-2 lead.
Traditionally, Defiance doesn't run all that much, so not surprising that they were a little uncomfortable in transition there.
Zacharich goes up, hits nothing. Here comes the Rough Riders the other way. Anksman drives the paint, spin moves, stop. 2 points for Evan Anksman.
It's really encouraging to see Evan aggressive there in the half-court offense. You know, a lot of times last year, the coaching staff wanted him to be a lot more aggressive and just wasn't.
Shot put up by Kiesling, no good. Turner gets the rebound. Here comes the Rough Riders with Cobain Owens going the other direction. Braden Sullivan. Turner, far side, it goes to Anksman. Parks from 3-point range, going to let one go. Rolls around, won't go. Rebound comes down to Isaac Schlatter.
That's something that Rider fans will have to get used to. Something you didn't see from Austin is his 3-point game. He worked on it a lot in the offseason, and he's quite a bit better at it this year.
Shot put up, missed. Here comes the Rough Riders. Owens. Skip pass over to Sullivan. Turner. Anksman's going to launch a 3. Nope, that won't go. Parks tried to go for the rebound. Not able to do so. Coming the other direction with Kiesling. 3-point shot put up by Zacharich, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Rough Riders, coming the other direction. Won't go. Rebound Turner to Parks off the glass and 2.
Really nice pass from Jace Turner there. You know, he could have gone up with that as you can see the replay, but made the pass, and Austin had an even easier shot.
8-2, Rough Riders lead on the American Legion scoreboard. 4:18 remaining, shot put up and good by Isaac Schlatter. And we've got a timeout on the floor with the score. The Rough Riders 8, Bulldogs 5, back right after this.
The Friends of the St. Marys Theater need your financial help. Any donation is welcome, and suggested donations, which can be pledged, are $200, $1,823, $2,023 and beyond. Send check to Friends of SM Theater, P.O. Box 382, St. Marys, Ohio, or visit Graham Opera House Live to make an online payment to the 501c3. The time is now to make this happen. See more on our Facebook page at Graham Opera House Live.
8-5 our score here in the first quarter of action from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Derek and Kelly J. Glad to have you along wherever you may be watching this ball game from. Rough Riders have the lead and the basketball. Sullivan struggling to get the basketball and turns it over. So Defiance will have the basketball. Shaw with the basketball. They're coming the other way. Crossover dribble into paint. We're going to have a foul on Cobain Owens.
That's one of the things, as I mentioned in the pregame, that's one of the big question marks for St. Marys is how they're going to handle the ball, because Gavin Reineke and Kyle Steininger did so much of that for them last year. And so that's really the big question mark, and it kind of bit him in the butt there in the half court as they turned it over.
Slaughter with the basketball. Shot put up by Shaw. Three-point goal by Braden Shaw, and he's tied it up at 8.
That was a nice little fade screen for Braden Shaw there. It was a nice draw by Coach Lehman.
Turner, top of the key, drop it down to Parks. Parks, has it stolen from behind and knocked out of bounds by Aiden Kiesling. Good defense there, even though he picked up the foul. I think Austin had every intention to put that one down, but Aiden Kiesling draws the foul. Austin Parks will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2. He hits the first one, he'll get one more. Substitution comes in.
Austin was a 69% shooter from the free throw line last year, much improved from his sophomore year. So hopefully he can continue that and maybe improve it a little bit this year.
He hits them both.
Like to see that.
Jaden Lott's in the game for the first time, taking out Cobain Owens.
Steal by Parks. Parks is going to go down with the shot and slams it home. That's what the people come to see.
Yep.
But a big fella can run the floor. There you see it on our instant replay.
And encouraging to see, given his injury history over the last couple weeks, that he looked pretty good running down the floor there.
Tyler Frederick with the ball. He'll give the ball back out to Kiesling. To Zacharich. Bounces around, won't go. Rebound, last touch by St. Marys. You know, Derek, when you talk about an injury such as a groin injury, that's a nagging injury. That, you know, and any wrong move, any tweak, and you're right back at square one.
Right, and not really a whole lot you can do for it either, other than rest.
Braden Shaw hits a three-point goal for Defiance.
Braden Shaw, I know last year was kind of a streaky shooter, not necessarily super consistent, but looking good so far tonight. Riders are going to have to find a way to find him on defense.
Hanksman for 3 won't go. Lotz tried to get the backside rebound and goes off the hands of Tyler Frederick. So St. Marys will retain possession of the basketball underneath their own basket. Checking back in is David Jimenez and Isaac Slaughter for Defiance. Hanksman will trigger it in.
Bulldogs get very short with this lineup in.
Right.
And we're going to get a foul call, I believe, on...
I think the Defiance fans wanted to travel on that one. It might have been, but I think the rest probably saying that the foul caused the travel.
Foul is going to be called on number 23, Khalil Legion. It's in the ball game. Sullivan drives the paint, goes up with a shot, got it. Nice drive by Braden Sullivan.
That's so important for the Riders, is for those other guys to be aggressive on offense and get easy looks other than just taking threes.
Shaw drives the paint, got a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be called on,
I think it's Braden
Sullivan. Well, I'm not so sure he touched him.
I think
from the replay.
I think they're probably getting him that he wasn't quite in front of him and bumped him as he was going up. I'm sure Coach Hagemeyer would be a little disappointed that he wasn't a little quicker on the rotation.
Let's take a look at it here on the instant replay. I don't think he didn't touch him at all.
No, I'd tag him for the foul if I were officiating.
You would?
Yep, I think that's a good call.
Shaw hits the free throw, and we've got a whistle on the floor. Stoppage of play. Substitutions checking in for Defiance.
Braden Shaw with 7 of the Bulldog 12 points. Obviously going to be someone that the writers are going to be talking about in the huddles.
Right, he's averaging 13 a game. He's already got 7, so definitely need to slow him down. He's outperforming his average.
Cobain Owens back in the ball game for the Rough Riders.
Oh,
not a good pass.
Too long pass.
Ball is stolen by Schlatter, goes up off the window and has got it. And this ball game is tied at 14 with 1:30 remaining in the first quarter.
It was obviously in the scouting report that when Austin Parks leaves the game, suddenly it's time to trap because you don't have that threat down low of dumping it in and needing to help there. So, there's the trap.
Lots, Turner in the corner, skip pass to Anksman.
Right now the Riders are
definitely out of sorts.
Out of sorts, yeah, out of sync. They're kind of way away from the basket, 40 feet from the basket, trying to run the offense.
Probably a good call from Coach Hagemeyer to put the flex in here, just kind of slow things down and grind things to a halt maybe.
Anksman under the basket, goes up off the window. 2 more for Evan Anksman.
Cobain Owens with a nice assist there. Very patient and saw him coming across.
In the corner, shot put up, nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to Anksman with 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Little surprised that Coach Hagemeyer didn't take a timeout here to get Austin back in for the final possession.
Cobain's needs to not put the ball over his head. He's backing up.
Sullivan for 3, got it.
Oh, it's big.
That's the first quarter horn. That's the end of the first quarter here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court with the score. The St. Marys Rough Riders 19, the Defiance Bulldogs 14. Back right after this.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbacher at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbacher for all your legal needs.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Providing insurance services since 1953, the R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Marys, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today.
Getting ready to start the second quarter here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Kelly, you got some numbers?
Big difference in the game, 3-point shooting. Defiance 3 of 7 for the quarter. The Rough Riders 1 of 6.
Caden Zachrich with a 3-point goal.
Right on cue.
Right on cue, yeah.
Lauding their 3-point shooting, they throw another one in.
Now he's a big fella, too, at 6'6". He's not afraid to shoot it. Cobain Owen having a little trouble.
The St. Marys, we got to attack that pressure. That's a really nice transition from the Bulldogs there.
Defiance beats the Rough Riders back on defense, and Caden Zachrich hits another point. So right off the bat in the second quarter, Caden Zachrich has 5 points.
It's obviously in the scouting report that St. Mary's does not like to deal with pressure.
Chase Turner, nice little 12-footer from the right side.
And that's what you got to do right there. When teams pressure you, you got to attack it, because when they're out into passing lanes, they're not in help side.
Shot put up by Saldana, won't go. Here comes the Rough Riders. Owen. Cobain Owens hits 2 points.
Showed nice patience there with the shot fake and waited till the guy flew by.
Foul's going to be called on Cobain Owens.
I think that's number 2 for Cobain.
Braden Shaw will trigger it in and give it to Antonio Lopez. That's into the ball game. Well, I'll tell you what, Defiance goes deep on their bench, don't they?
Yep.
They do. It'll help their defensive intensity as well. Oh, that was a really nice cut and pass.
Nice shot up and in by Isaac Slaughter.
Didn't catch who it was. Looks like it's Jace. Turned his head, and somebody picked up the ball. You can't turn your head. Got to see both your man and the ball.
Antonio Lopez all over Lodge.
There you go.
Parks underneath has the ball stolen from behind by Aiden Kiesling.
It was the right pass there, but I'd like to see Austin keep it a little higher and not show the ball quite as much.
Shot is short by Zachrich. We've got a timeout on the floor with the score. The Rough Riders 23, the Bulldogs 21. Back right after this.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
All righty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, Rider Nation Station. Glad to have you along wherever you may be watching. Joe Hurlbut alongside Derek and Kelly J.
As we watch this replay here, that turnover happened because Evan Anksman is at the sideline, so he doesn't really have anywhere to go. So he's backing up, and then he's putting the ball over his head, and then a soft pass. You know, there are about 3 major errors that he made there. They're leading to that, and Defiance is really pushing us far away from the rim and keeping us out of what we want to do. And I assume that's what Coach Hagemeyer is talking about in the timeout, is that we got to face him up, square up, chin it, and attack the basket rather than playing kind of soft and away from the rim.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Antonio Lopez. St. Mary's will still retain possession of the basketball. Anksman.
When the other team gets aggressive, you have to become more aggressive back.
Yep.
You have to go at them. You can't get back on your heels, and right now we're getting back on our heels.
Well, I'll tell you what.
See how far we're running our offense? We're like 35 feet away from the rim.
Yeah. I was just going to mention that Defiance has pushed the Rough Rider offense way out. Sullivan to Anksman, puts it on the floor, goes up with a shot. No, won't go. Ball tipped around, comes back to Defiance. Here comes Shaw. Shaw spin.
Oh, that was really nice.
And he gets 2 points. And the Bulldogs and the Rough Riders are tied at 23.
Shaw did what you're supposed to do in those full court one-on-one situations when the defender is running with you, is you keep making them turn back and forth. You don't stay on the same same path, because then they can take a charge.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Aiden Kiesling. So this Bulldog defense is giving the Rough Riders fits right now.
We're really uncomfortable right now. We're really far away from the rim. We're allowing them to pressure us and not punish them for it.
Lob pass into Parks. Angstman's going to launch a three. Nope, won't go. Sullivan tips it up, shot up by Parks on the offensive board, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And maybe more importantly there, they're tagging Caden Zachrich for his second foul on kind of an unfortunate foul in his situation. He just wrong place, wrong time.
Parks' free throw hits the back of the iron, will not go. Second free throw by Parks is good. Austin with 7 points on the evening. 4:03 remaining here in the first half.
Jaden Lotz did a nice job of preventing the back door there.
Shaw for three, nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Rough Riders. Here comes Angstman, oh my gosh. And he's gonna get called for an offensive foul, just kind of come down a little bit out of control.
Yeah, he might have been able to get tagged for a travel there too. It looked pretty awkward, but either way, a turnover for the Riders. See the replay here, I think, oh yeah, definitely took an extra step.
Braden Shaw with the basketball. He's guarded by Cobain Owens.
That's Jaden Lotz.
I'm sorry, Lotz.
A little switch there.
Yep, that was obviously intended.
Shaw picks up the dribble, needs help. Give it to Caden Zachrich. Here comes Schlatter, goes up, and an offensive foul is called on Isaac Schlatter.
It was a nice job from Braden Sullivan coming over on help side and meeting the man before he got under the rim. I think he was, definitely set. It was a really nice job from Sullivan on the rotation.
Ball loose on the floor, turnover. This is Shaw. Goes up off the glass, easy two for Defiance, and they take the lead, 25-24 on the American Legion scoreboard, quickly off the bench.
Just kind of an unfortunate turnover for Lotz there. I think he just kind of lost his footing on maybe a wet spot.
Coach Lehman wanted to travel over there pretty badly, I think.
I don't think it was. I think it just looked really awkward.
Angstman looking down low to Turner. Ball knocked away. I'll tell you what. Defiance has got them quick hands.
Yep, and that was the right pass, too, because as Austin flashed to the high post, there was nobody in backside help, but just quick hands.
Schlatter for three. Largest lead of Defiance in the ball game, 28-24. We've got a foul.
Foul on Aiden
5 second
Kiesling.
call.
No, they tagged Aiden Kiesling for a
foul. Oh,
they
did? A foul?
Yep.
Okay.
Had his hands on him just a tad.
Yep.
All right.
Boy, and Defiance going on a little bit of a run here, definitely led by their defense. St. Mary's only scoring 5 points so far here in the second quarter. They definitely need a bucket here on offense.
Braden Sullivan doing a little ball handling now for the blue and gold.
Noah Payne into the ball game for the Rough Riders. To Sullivan. To Payne. He's going to launch a three. Got it.
And that's what Noah does. That's why he is in the game. Not even though he's a guard, doesn't help with the ball handling all that much, but he's a good perimeter shooter and definitely a pretty tough shot, especially for your first of the game.
Absolutely.
So good to see that go in for Noah.
Nice defense by Noah. Knocks it out of bounds.
Almost got a steal there.
Yes, he did.
Yep, good hands.
On it.
Caden Zachrich will trigger it in for the Bulldogs. He'll give it in to Shaw, to Schlatter, to Zachrich.
Oh, he switched spin. Yep, there we go. Should be a travel.
Yeah, you can only spin so many times.
Yeah, the old double spin.
It works well in lunchroom basketball.
Right,
it's a great move for lunchroom basketball.
Yeah, if you're allowed to get away with it, it's pretty devastating, but definitely not legal.
Bulldogs lead by 1:28 remaining. Hanksman with the basketball.
Got Tyler Frederick down guarding Austin Parks. And he's only 6'2".
Rough Riders a little careless. Defiance is as well. Here comes Sullivan. He got a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Javin Saldana.
Austin Parks, I thought he was going to pick up a cheap foul, pressuring the ball there, but actually a nice defensive play as he forced the turnover.
Evan Anksman takes a seat just for a little bit here, and this is the first that he's gotten a breather.
Sullivan misses the free throw. Zachrich comes down with the basketball. He'll give it over to Braden Shaw. Picked up there by Jaden Lutz. Schlatter drives the paint, kick it over to Zachrich, shot up, got it. Wow, that's 10 points for Caden Zachrich. He's got a couple of threes.
Yep, he was 4 for 12 coming into the season from 3, so that's not out of the ordinary for him to hit those.
Noah Payne launches a three-point attempt and doesn't draw iron. Obviously, Defiance going to play for the last shot. We're down to 11 seconds. Jimenez, Zachrich, shot up, rolls around, won't go, tip, won't go, follow through, up and in by Tyler Frederick. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court with the score, the Defiance Bulldogs 33, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 27, back with halftime right after this.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for it.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th Century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Mary's Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
At Chef Auto Sales in St. Mary's, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron Hyde, the car guy at Chef Auto Sales.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. by using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy. All your health care needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spies Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Laura Yelton State Farm, servicing the St. Marys area since 1989. With your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call or stop in today and see Laura or Logan Yelton for a free quote. Go Rough Riders!
All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court, where we are at halftime. And the score, the Defiance Bulldogs 33, the St. Marys Rough Riders 27. Scoring by quarter went like this. At the end of the first quarter break, St. Marys led 19-14. But in that second quarter is pretty much all Defiance, as they outscored St. Marys 19-8 to take this 33-27 lead into the locker room at halftime. Here to take a look at the numbers in the first half, here's Kelly and Derek.
All right, for St. Marys, really spread out on their scoring. Noah Payne, 3, Cobain Owens, 4, Braden Sullivan, 5, Jace Turner, 4, Evan Anksman, 4, Austin Parks, 7. And really shooting pretty well, 11 for 20 from the field for 55%. 3-point shots, not so good, 2 of 9 for 22%. Probably the big thing that we would talk about for them is their turnovers. They have 7 turnovers for the half, and although it's not an astronomical number, a lot of those came in the second quarter there when we were suddenly playing on our heels just a little bit.
And in a tight game, turnovers become more important.
Correct. For Defiance, they have this 3-pronged attack. Braden Shaw with 11 points, 4 of 5 shooting for 80%. The guy 2 of 3 from 3-point line. So you have to list him as being on fire right now. Isaac Schlauter, 10 points, almost identical stats, 4 of 5 from the floor, and 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. And then Caden Zachridge, big man, pulling Austin outside for 10 points, and he's 2 of 4 shooting from 3. So their big stat, what's kind of screaming out at me right now, is 6 of 13 from the 3-point line. Wow. And shooting 46%. That's pretty good. The one thing that I did notice, and we won't do the telestrator on this, but St. Marys in that second quarter, we started getting beat off the dribble quite a bit. And the bad thing about getting beat off the dribble is suddenly your big man has to rotate over to try to stop the drive. He's a shot blocker, he's a big guy, and that's great. But what's his man doing? His man's popping out for the open 3-pointer. And so we got to do a much, much better job of not getting beat off the dribble, keeping them in front of us, and making them earn their points.
And if you can't keep them in front, then you got to play zone, because we're just rotating too much defensively.
We talked about the Defiance defense and a couple of things. They pushed our offense back out, plus they're doing a number on Austin Parks, and we're going to get the telestrator out here, and we're going to take a look at how they're defending Austin Parks.
Yeah, so some of you may be wondering how they're able to slow Austin down so much while still not giving up all that much defensively. So if St. Marys is on offense with the red numbered players here, Defiance is blue in defense. So when St. Marys has the ball here on the wing and Austin's here on the block, they're fronting. So when you front, that if the help side is not there, then you can lob to Austin
for a dunk.
For a dunk, easy layup. But they're bringing backside help here, so he's essentially double teamed. They're usually right about there, so that he's double teamed. You can't fit that pass there. So typically the way to beat this is to hit the backside, but Defiance has been so well drilled on this that when we skip across the floor here, they cover this, and then this person is able to rotate here. And that's something as a team that you have to drill a lot, and it's called scrambling. And they scramble really, really well and really quickly so that by the time the riders skip, there's nothing open. And so we can't get Austin, nor can we feed the backside on the wing. So they're really doing, as a basketball nerd myself, we're sitting here talking on some of the breaks about how cool it is to watch Defiance play defense because they're so good at it. They're so well drilled and so well coached. So that's kind of how they're doing it right now.
Well, the Defiance Bulldogs are back out on the floor in preparation of second half action. Here comes the Rough Riders. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the second half from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. It's the St. Marys Rough Riders trailing Defiance at the half, 33-27. We'll be right back.
Or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbacher at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbacher for all your legal needs.
All righty, we'll welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. You see on your screen the Rough Riders preparation. Here is Defiance and the three-point shots that just basically kind of put some margin between the Rough Riders and help them outscore St. Marys in the second quarter, 19-8.
Defiance shooting those threes with no hesitation. They're obviously a very confident three-point shooting team, which is, a little surprising. They're only shooting 21% on the year, but obviously Coach Lehman has the confidence in them to let them fly.
Well, they're shooting a very high percentage from the three-point range, and obviously that is giving them that big 19-8 run in the second quarter.
And they've taken a fair number, 61 threes.
Right, through three games. They're attempting 20 a game. That's quite a few.
Wow.
So yeah, he's obviously comfortable with them taking those shots, and I know that it's something that all teams talk about when they play St. Marys. What can we do to draw their big men away from the basket,
right.
Most notably Austin, but let's face it, Evan Anksman and Jace Turner are two big bodies in there too that can block some shots as well.
All righty, we're back to action. St. Marys has the basketball to start the third quarter. Down low it goes to Parks, to Turner from the free throw line, got it.
Well, that's something right there Coach Hagemeyer's been talking about a lot at practice, and I'm sure re-emphasized at halftime is Jace Turner, you got to look for your shot. And so he was very confident and quick in shooting that shot right there.
And look, defensively, look at the Riders.
Yep, coming out in a little bit of a 2-3 here. I think Coach Hagemeyer not quite confident in his team's ability to keep him in front. Though it didn't do much good right there, his Braden Shaw. Nice take into the middle of the zone.
Right. You got Austin Parks up in the air, and then
jump stop.
Just went underneath the jump, and easy two for Shaw.
Again, I would love if the Riders would quit putting the ball over their head and leaning backwards.
Down low it goes to Parks, off the window, 2 points for Austin.
Help side was a little late from Defiance there on the drop down. That help needs to be a little quicker from Isaac Schlatter.
Shaw with the basketball, gives it to Schlatter. To Jimenez, shot put up by Schlatter. Nope, won't go. Angstman with the rebound. Cobain Owens will bring it across the 10-second line. He's picked up by David Jimenez. Angstman, swing it to Sullivan.
We always used to talk about if your man goes in doubles, you got to get to the high post.
Sullivan, nope, off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to number 3. That's Aiden Kiesling. And it was last touched by St. Mary's. Shaw driving baseline, gets cut off there. Nice defense. Schlatter goes up with the one-hander, hits it.
You can tell Defiance is very well coached because, you know, some teams, as we saw for Rider Nation Station fans, Findlay girls against St. Mary's, when we played zone, they really struggled to penetrate much, but Defiance not phased by our zone defense at all and going straight at it.
Shot put up by Parks. He's fouled in the act. So he'll go to the line and attempt a three-point play.
Line's foul, number 3, Aiden Kiesling, his third.
Owen just drops it down low. And the foul is on Aiden Kiesling as Parks will go to the line and he gets it. Austin Parks with 12 points in the contest. Rough Riders trail by 3. Shot put up by Shaw. Three-point shot is good. And we've got a timeout on the floor with the St. Mary's Rough Riders trailing the Defiance Bulldogs. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Jason.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
40-34 is our score on the American Legion scoreboard. The Defiance Bulldogs lead the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Must have been a full timeout. Turner shot from the free throw line. You talked about it, Derek. He's got to just take that shot and shoot with confidence.
Yeah, and if they're going to double Austin like they have been, that high post is often kind of a soft spot in their defense. So that's something obviously Coach Hagemeyer talked about at halftime to work on. And obviously Coach Lehman was not happy with their defensive play in the first couple minutes of the third quarter here. So I think a little adjustments are being made. We'll see if there's anything differently in how Defiance rotates now that St. Mary's has adjusted.
That was not a good pass by Braden Sullivan. He threw it down. Parks had 3 men around him,
right,
but it ended up being a jump ball. Good job by Parks showing his physical strength there, him and Caden Zachrich.
Yeah, amazing that he actually caught it, but yeah, he was not open to begin with.
And one of the things we didn't really talk about, but really good ball pressure from Braden Shaw there to take away the easy pass from Sullivan.
We've got a blocking foul is going to be called on Braden Sullivan. Isaac Schlatter will trigger the basketball in to Shaw. Shot up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Angstman. Cobain Owens will give the ball to Austin Parks. Parks up off the window, no, won't go. But he's fouled and he'll go to the line.
Good patience there by Austin. Didn't get the charging foul.
he did kind of what we talked about off air, that if Defiance is going to front like they are and bring help from the backside on the skip, you got to seal and then flash. And he did a really nice job on that possession of sealing his man on his butt and then flashing to the opposite block.
Parks hits them both. Draws the Rough Riders to within 4 with 4:19 remaining here in the third quarter from Grand Lake Health System Court. Saldana gives the ball off to Frederick. Ball knocked away. Here comes St. Mary's. Cobain Owens with the basketball. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Defiance. St. Mary's will retain possession.
Obviously, the scouting report is out that Cobain Owens does not like to use his left hand very much.
Yeah.
They're playing him very hard to that right side.
Yeah, encouraging him to go that direction.
Not a particularly good pass by Turner as he tried to get it into Parks. Shaw, crossover dribble, goes up off the glass. Nice job by Shaw. Pretty move.
Shows you what a good athlete Braden Shaw is. You know, that this is not his primary sport, you know, not his best sport, and he is really showing out here tonight.
Parks in the corner to Owens. Owens had the ball knocked away, but the foul's going to be called on Javen Saldana. That's the third team foul here in the second half for Defiance. Parks drops it down to Angstman, goes up with his shot. We got a blocking foul. It's going to be called on Tyler Frederick.
The nice cut from Evan Angstman as his man helped to double on Austin, cut to the rim, makes for an easy drive.
That thing just died up there and then fell in.
I don't think that was how he intended it to work out. But
I thought, did I actually see that just die?
The point's all the same.
It does. Angstman hits 1 of 2. Here comes Defiance. They lead 42-37.
Looks like the Riders back in man.
Great help by Braden Sullivan there.
Nice defense by the Rough Riders. Ball is loose on the floor and Defiance comes away with it. Shaw goes up off the glass and 2.
Cobain Owens' inability to use his left hand finally bit him on the turnover there.
And the 2 points by Braden Shaw is his 20th point on the night. And we've got a whistle on the floor. Javen Saldana picks up the foul. Here comes Jaden Lotz into the ball game. Angstman will sit down.
Too many crossovers in front of a really aggressive defender, up in your shorts kind of defender. You can't mess around crossing over, back and forth in front of them so much. They're going to get the ball.
It's much easier to go between your legs with that kind of pressure than it is to cross over.
That pass was like it was shot out of a rocket, but Austin Parks wasn't able to handle it and it sails out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure even an NFL wide receiver, you know, fill in the blank, DeAndre Hopkins, Jamar Chase, I'm not sure any of them would have caught that one. That was pretty hot.
Unless they have those gloves, those wide receiver gloves. They can catch anything with those things.
Shot put up won't go. Nice follow by Zacharich won't go. Defiance keeping it alive on the offensive glass. Schlatter give it to Zacharich. Three-point goal is good. Right now, Defiance is killing the Rough Riders with a three-point goal, and Dan Hagemeyer wants a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll come right back.
Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and shooting sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
47-37 our score on the American Legion scoreboard. 1:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Dan Hagemeyer not happy with the way his ball club is performing. Called a full timeout to discuss things with the Rough Riders. Evan Anksman on the bench. Cobain Owens on the bench. You know, we mentioned during the break, Evan Anksman hit an early three-point goal and offensively been pretty much non-existent, so the Defiance defense has shut him down.
Yeah, they've, in the first half, put a lot of pressure on. The first couple minutes of the third quarter, I think their pressure kind of slacked a little bit. Then Coach Lehman called that timeout, and their pressure has been really high since, as they force another turnover.
Shaw against Turner. We got a whistle, and it's going to be a foul. Well, wait a minute. One official called a charge, the other official called a block, and that's what they're discussing right now on the floor. All right, we'll see what happens.
See who comes out. Who's the more experienced? Oh, now we're bringing in the third.
Oh, this is always good.
I think that they're going to get him for a block.
Wow.
Get Jace Turner for a block.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Foul's going to be on Turner.
If we could get an instant replay, we'll kind of deem things for ourselves here. I think the block's probably the right call. Not sure he was
pretty set, but he didn't really hit him square.
Right. Shaw did a nice job of avoiding the centering him. You know,
Kind of hit him on the shoulder.
Yep,
there.
he hit him on the shoulder, and sometimes that makes for a more favorable call. You know, it's
Jason's going to feel that one though.
Yeah.
He took a pretty good shot on that.
Free throw by Shaw is short. Turner picked up his first personal foul. It's the team's second. Checking into the ball game for the first time is Xavier Urban.
Getting a little offense, defense subbing here, I'm guessing, trying to get Caden Zachrich out of the game so he doesn't get into foul trouble here. He's managed to stay out of foul trouble here in the third quarter, but don't want to get into that if you're Coach Lehman.
Shaw with 21 points after he hit the free throw. Lotz, Sullivan, Turner, Parks, flash in the paint. Drop it down to Turner. Shot up. He got a whistle before the shot. Slaughter picks up his second personal foul. Team 6.
That's something to keep an eye on if you're a Rider fan, as the Riders or the Bulldogs are at 16 fouls, so they'll be shooting free throws with the next foul.
Ball was tipped out of the hands of Sullivan and then sails out of Lotz's hands, so it'll belong to Defiance with 1:06 remaining.
We mentioned at halftime that turnovers were a bit of an issue in the second quarter. Riders already have 6 turnovers here in the third quarter alone.
Yes. 13 for the game and still time left in the third.
Jimenez with the basketball. Looks like Defiance might play for one shot. They're going to run some time. Shaw to Jimenez, guarded by Anksman.
Generally, it takes a pretty experienced and guard-heavy team to hold it for a full minute on the shot, and I think Coach Lehman is confident in his team's ability to do that because he is both. He's guard-heavy and very experienced.
Slaughter with the basketball to Shaw. To Frederick with Jimenez. We're down to 8 seconds.
As we said before, you got a bunch of seniors out there.
They did exactly what they wanted to do. Shaw drives the paint, tipped up and won't go, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter with the score. The Defiance Bulldogs 48, the St. Marys Rough Riders 37. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes right after this.
Providing insurance services since 1953, the R.J. Burke Insurance Agency is here to help with your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Being an independent insurance agency representing many fine companies and located at 121 North Wayne Street in St. Marys, contact Joe Burke or Dan Burke for a no-obligation quote today.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Mark your...
Back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, we finished 3. We're getting ready to start quarter number 4. Kelly, what some of the numbers that stick out?
Well, 7 turnovers for the Rough Riders in that third quarter. And if you look at total number of field goals, the Rough Riders have taken 24 shots, and Defiance has taken 36 shots.
Wow.
So that's a substantial number more, and of course that leads to more points. Rough Riders are going to have to quit playing on their heels. We always talk about ripping the ball through, squaring up, and facing up to the defense.
Dan Hagemeyer not happy with his ball club offensively. He calls a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Mark your calendars for Memorial High School's performance of Anastasia, the musical, March 31st to April 1st. Inspired by the 20th century Fox motion picture, this dazzling show transports its audience from the Russian Empire to 1920s Paris. As a brave young woman enlists the help of a charismatic ensemble cast to reconnect with her past in search of home, love, and family. Follow the St. Marys Memorial High School Drama Club on Facebook for more information.
You know, we talked about the turnovers for the Rough Riders, and one thing that we aren't able to do as far as points off the turnovers, but we can pretty much kind of anticipate, but Defiance has scored a lot of points off the Rough Rider turnovers.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot, because a lot of their turnovers are what's called live ball turnovers. You know, after you turn it over, they immediately gain possession and go to the other end, and so I'm sure it's been quite a few, and they've generally been pretty easy buckets too.
Shot put up by
Noah Payne. On that one. Kind of rushed that one. He looked like he was a little uncomfortable.
Great ball movement by...
Shot put up by Schlatter. Nope, that won't go. Rebound on the backside by Aiden Kiesling. Zachrich goes up, and he is fouled.
But that was a really heady play from Zachrich. You know, when you play someone like Austin Parks, who's such a spectacular athlete, usually those guys like to block shots, and so it's pretty easy to get him up in the air. And so he had that in mind, used the shot fake, and drew the foul.
Zachrich hits the free throw. He'll get one more. Zachrich has 14 points in the ball game. Of course, Defiance is led by Braden Shaw with 21. Rough Riders leading scorer is Austin Parks with 14. So Caden Zachrich with the second free throw has 15 points on the night. And the Rough Riders straight.
Great feet up top, really giving our guards, our point guards,
there's a turnover again, and here comes Schlatter, and good defense there by Noah Payne. Last touch by the Rough Riders.
If we can get a replay there, yeah. I'm not so sure that Noah Payne didn't hit that ball. Yeah, I think that was off of Isaac Schlatter right there. I think he was the last to touch it.
Zachrich with the basketball. Ball hit the line. So the turnover will give the ball to the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders are going to have to come down and make some hay here because they're not going to get too many more touches. They got to close this gap.
Right. In a game where you've only scored 37 points thus far, you really got to start getting a lot of stops and a lot of points here pretty quickly.
Sullivan for three.
That's big.
That'll do it. That'll start it. And we got a timeout called. So with 6:12 remaining here in the ball game, it's Defiance 50, the Rough Riders 40, back right after this.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Marys the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Marys. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Marys. Give them a call today.
That's shot.
6:12 remaining in the basketball contest. The Rough Riders trail by 10. What do the Rough Riders have to do to get back into this ball game? They got a three by Sullivan just a moment ago. That's a start.
I'm assuming that they're going to probably have to come out man because I'm guessing that Defiance has said, hey, the clock's our friend. We can work things around and run a little time as long as they're going to sit in that zone. And if you look here, the Riders are coming out a little more full court-ish. And so I'm hoping, or they're hoping to try to get maybe a quick turnover. But yeah, they're going to have to come back into a man, and that's what you're seeing right now.
Foul's going to be on Sullivan. Rough Riders put a little bit of pressure full court on the inbounds pass, but then drop back after they got the ball inbounds.
Yeah, Defiance is going to be a tough team to turn over because they have so many guys that are capable of handling the ball. And usually teams that have multiple ball handlers are really hard to press because it doesn't matter who you trap. If you can make the pass out, you can get it up the floor.
You know, you got Shaw, Kiesling, Frederick, Jimenez. Everybody can handle the ball pretty well.
Right.
Foul's going to be on Jace Turner. Dan Hagemeyer decides he wants to step out on the court to communicate with his ball club, and checking into the ball game is Noah Payne.
The Riders are, I think, trying to get some traps going, but they're not taking away the next pass. And so if you don't take away the immediate pass right after the trap, you're never going to get any turnovers.
Shaw.
Little, what looks to be almost like a four-corner offense here by the Bulldogs. Really spread out and dragging the Rough Riders way away from the basket and then attacking.
Shot put up by Shaw won't go. Rebound comes down to Payne. Give the ball to Lotz. Here come the Rough Riders. Sullivan's going to launch a three. That's short. Parks underneath. Reverse shot up and then good. Good offensive stick back by Austin Parks. He's got 16 on the night.
Right place, right time there for Austin Parks.
Kiesling.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job of just dragging the somewhat slower Rough Rider players away from the basket and then driving.
You know, the Rough Rider personnel is very big, which, lends itself to rebounding and shot blocking and whatnot, but in these pressure situations, their size is not their friend, because out in space, you can move that size around and it's just not quite as quick. And so it'll be hard for the Riders to get any points off of this.
Nice defense by Yanksman to knock away the inbounds pass. Here comes Cobain Owens the other direction.
The Riders, if they stick one in here, down 6.
Yanksman for three. Got it. That'll help.
It's a big shot.
Or 5. Bad math. Bad math here.
8 points for Evan Yanksman.
I was an English teacher, remember. Math wasn't my strong suit.
You were a what major?
I was an English major.
Oh, there you go. Shaw always got people all alone. Goes up and just beats the defense. Boy, that would upset a coach in a minute.
Yeah.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Bulldogs lead 52-45. We'll be right back.
Auto sales in St. Marys, we don't play any of those pricing games. Our quality vehicles are priced at or below market value, and our no-pressure friendly staff is here to help you. So before you buy, give us a try. Come see me, Aaron Hyde, the car guy at Schaff Auto Sales.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
All righty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Derek and Kelly J. Rider Nation Station, bringing you this Western Buckeye League clash between the Defiance Bulldogs and the St. Marys Rough Riders. Rough Riders outscored Defiance in the first quarter 19-4, and that was it. That's the only lead that the Rough Riders had. They relinquished it in the second quarter, and it's been all Defiance from there on.
As we continue into this fourth quarter, it's going to be really important for the Riders to hit some of those shots that they're being given.
Noah Payne launched this. Noah Payne launched this one. Austin Parks got good inside position, just couldn't finish, but he's going to go to the line, shoot two. Riders are inching back into this ball game.
They're doing all the right things right now. You know, they're making their free throws, hit a couple threes here. They just need to continue to get some defensive stops.
Yeah, you can't allow Defiance to run the lane uncontested like Shaw did prior to the break. Shaw with the basketball. He's going to be double teamed there. He's got kick it out to Frederick.
No, just a really good decision from Shaw there. Austin Parks coming over on the help side, didn't have quite an easy run at the rim, just kicked it out.
I think we're going to get a foul called.
I think Coach Hagemeyer wanted maybe a little shuffling of the feet before the foul, and I think he might have been right. He was had a little happy feet going there, but
there was the jump right there.
And it's
ever so slight.
He had a tent set up in there too.
Yeah,
Not sure.
I think it was definitely longer than three, that's for sure.
That's a call you don't get very often
yeah,
anymore.
Good point, good point. What am I asking for?
Exactly. Back in the day, they used to call that. Caden Zachary hits the free throw. He'll get another one, 16 points for the big fella.
Defiance comes into the game only shooting 64% from the line, so getting some fouls here might not be a bad strategy for the Riders. You know, 64% isn't very good, right?
Yep, be aggressive.
So if you pick up fouls, not a big deal, and if you get turnovers along the way, perfect.
Cobain Owens with the basketball. Sullivan. Drop it down to Parks. Parks off the glass. Easy two. Nice job by the Rough Rider offense. 20 points for Parks.
Nice lob pass there from Braden Sullivan. The backside help was not there for Defiance, and so made for an easy pass and an easy shot for Austin Parks.
They've kind of gotten away from that backside help.
Yeah, hasn't been quite as good. And suddenly Austin scored quite a few points here in the fourth quarter.
I'd love to get Shaw for a carrying the ball.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
But I'm not going to, I'm not holding my breath. It's really tough when you've got lots of ball handlers.
Right. Yep, foul's going to be called on
Noah Payne.
Unfortunately, we're fouling
wrong player.
Their best shooters.
All right.
Braden Shaw with 23 points on the night.
Make it
He's
24.
He's an 82% free throw shooter on the year. He came in at 9 for 11, so and best on the team. So not the guy you want to be fouling.
Shaw hits the first, hits them both. 7-point lead for Defiance.
Braden Shaw's got 25 of their 56 points here, so definitely their hot player for the night.
Owens to Sullivan. Down low it goes to Parks. Spin move, shot up. Fouled before the shot.
Help side was there a little better, but came down on the arm of Austin Parks, as we can see it here. Kind of surprised that Aiden Kiesling didn't take a fall and try to draw the charge there, but picked up the foul instead.
Parks rims that one out, won't go.
That was big.
Yes, it was. Isaac Schlatter to Aiden Kiesling. Frederick Shaw. Got 3 players on him and he's fouled.
Braden Shaw doing something that I always did when I played, trying to catch every other pass. You know, when you're the best free throw shooter on the team, you're trying to have the ball in your hands a lot down the stretch in games that you're leading, because you want to be the one at the line.
It's that scorer's mentality, and we always had a rule back in the day with Liz Krug, and Liz was an exceptional ball handler and an exceptional free throw shooter, and the rule was you catch every other pass.
The missed free throw comes back in the hands of Defiance on the offensive rebound. And Noah Payne picks up the foul, so they're going to put Shaw back on the line again. He's 26 points on the night.
Kind of a backbreaker there for the Riders. You know, finally get a missed free throw, maybe can make up some ground, but give up the offensive rebound. That was just a crucial mistake.
Chase Turner checks in, Angsman checks out. It's them both.
Suddenly back up to 10, you get down to 5 or 6 and think you got a shot at it, and then suddenly you're looking at a double-digit lead.
Sullivan. Owens, 3-point shot up, got it. Timeout on the floor. Bulldogs lead 59-52. We'll be back right after this.
Laura Yelton State Farm, servicing the St. Marys area since 1989. With your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Call or stop in today and see Laura or Logan Yelton for a free quote. Go Rough Riders!
59-52 on the American Legion scoreboard. 1:42 remaining. Rough Riders seems like they reel them in, and then they put Shaw at the line, and he kind of doing the number at the line for Defiance. So
you would have to imagine in the huddle there that Coach Hegemeyer is saying, if we have to foul anybody but Braden Shaw.
Yeah. Bulldogs are in the double bonus. Rough Riders find themselves in the bonus. Shaw with the basketball, guarded by Lotz. Double team by Shaw, picks up the dribble, shot. We got a quick timeout called by Defiance. Tell you what we're going to do, we're going to keep it right here. Rough Riders, what do they got to do? They're putting, now they're going to start pressuring the basketball.
Have to.
Yeah, have to trap and get it out of Shaw's hands, hopefully maybe force a turnover. I think Coach Lehman smartly calling the timeout there. Things were looking a little hairy for his guys, have to make a long pass there.
And I think that internal 10-second clock was going off in Coach Lehman's head, or at least his head, and he was anticipating a maybe 10-second call. So that probably a wise timeout for him.
Because now they get the ball to inbounds it at midcourt. So here comes Shaw, driving it to the paint, stops, goes up with a shot off the glass and 2.
Shaw did a great job on that drive of doing a little head and shoulder fake, kept his dribble, and stayed under control, was able to take it up for the two points.
Looked like Shaw might have twisted his ankle.
And looks like they tagged Caden Zachrich for a foul after the bucket went in, so sending Austin Parks to the line for hopefully some free points here.
Got to try to get points on the board with the clock stopped.
Right, exactly. Austin Parks at the line. He'll be shooting 1+. Ball rolls in, hits front of the iron. Nice roll. He'll get one more. Austin Parks hits them both. Shaw with the basketball, guarded by Sullivan, gets the ball across midcourt, give the ball to Schlatter. Down low it goes to Zachrich, and it goes out of bounds.
I think Zachrich was wanting a little bit of a grab foul on Evan Anksman, and I think he probably should have been called.
Isaac Schlatter with the basketball. We got a foul called on Cobain Owens.
Coach Hagemeyer on that play, you could hear him from up here yelling to foul Isaac Schlatter, because I assume the next pass was going to Braden Shaw, and he's like, come on, anybody but Shaw to the line.
Isaac Schlatter hits the first, he'll get one more.
Though Schlatter hasn't attempted many, he was 4 of 5 coming into the game, so no slouch from the line.
Hits them both, 1:10 remaining. Noah Payne with the basketball. Drop it down to Parks. Parks puts it on the floor, goes up and slams it home. Austin Parks with 24 of his own. Here comes Defiance. Shaw. Zachrich to Schlatter. We got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Noah Payne. And this is probably the second best free throw that Defiance has. They're going to put at the line.
When you're a player, it's always much easier to return to the line than it is to go for your first time, though he misses it anyways. But sometimes fouling somebody new can be a good strategy just because they haven't taken any free throws yet.
Defiance has 3 players in double digits. Rough Riders just have Parks. Ball loose on the floor. I think they call that a scrum.
Yeah, that was a free-for-all. And
that's the second time St.Marys has not gotten a
off of a missed free throw, where you can make some ground.
Right.
And weren't able to because they did not box.
Kind of turned and just
turned and jumped instead of making contact.
Yep. Making contact it's something that you have to be drilled, and it has to become a habit, even when you're tall.
Schlatter, Frederick, whistle, foul, Evan Anksman. Well, of course, the Rough Riders will be on the road tomorrow. They'll be traveling to Dublin to take on Dublin Jerome. Rider Nation's next coverage will be girls basketball, which will be Tuesday, December 13th against Fort Recovery. And that's a varsity only ball game, and a tip-off is at 6 o'clock, so that'll be next Tuesday. We'll be back with you with girls action from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. 64-56, 31 seconds remaining. Parks down on the floor. And we're going to get it. It's always a scary thing when he goes to the deck.
Yeah, and as you watch the drive here, that's kind of a new addition to Austin's game, is both the perimeter shooting and a little bit of off the dribble action, and it's something he worked on, especially during the AAU season, and it's something that he's kind of added as a counter to some of the double teams that he sees in the post.
Bulldog fans, and we're hoping for a charge on that, but Tyler Frederick was clearly sliding, hadn't gotten himself set at all on that drive.
So Austin Parks will go to the line. He's looking for his 25th point on the night.
Really, even though this feels kind of sacrilegious to say, I think it's been a pretty well officiated game tonight. You know, obviously a couple missed calls here and there are going to happen, but this crew's done a really nice job of keeping a pretty aggressive game very clean.
Again, very veteran crew that has done a nice job.
Parks hits them both. 26 points for Austin Park. He leads the Rough Riders in scoring. We got a whistle called on the floor. Braden Shaw is the game's leading scorer with 30 points.
The Riders kind of sneakily cut the lead to 6 here. You know, some of those missed box outs on free throws really biting them here. But, you know, with a couple misses here, the Riders aren't in a terrible spot.
Of course, at this point, if
you got to count on misses.
If Defiance.
He missed it. And a whistle and a foul. Is it a foul?
Yeah, they called a foul on Aiden Kiesling.
Ooh.
I'm not sure that was the right call. I think they might have benefited on that one. That looked like a pretty clean strip from Aiden Kiesling.
Of course, we are a little bit behind it.
Right, yeah.
The referee had a much better angle on that side of the call.
Braden Sullivan at the line. Missed the free throw. Sullivan gets 1 and 2. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's.
And that was a good call.
Well, we'll check this one out.
I think.
Yeah, I think
might have went off
Austin's
leg.
Yeah.
Zacharich in the corner. Whistle foul. Noah Payne will walk to the other end of the floor. 16.5 seconds remaining.
I think that's all for Noah Payne for the evening. 5 fouls.
Caden Zacharich will go to the line for the Defiance Bulldogs. Zacharich 17 points on the game. Make it 18. I'll tell you what, Defiance has hit free throws when they had to.
Right.
Rough Riders got them within arm's length, and then they've come back and just extended the lead again with the free throw shooting as Zacharich hits them both. And he's got 19 points on the ball game.
Yep, those are high pressure free throws too. Game on the line, and they've knocked him down.
Parks from way out. No, that won't go. Rebound, Anksman off the glass in 2. Shaw. He'll dribble it out, and he comes up. He might have a cramp. But anyhow, that's the horn, and that's the end of the ball game. With the score, the Defiance Bulldogs 67, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 61. We'll be back with statistics and wrap things up right after this.
Tap House at the Square invites you to join us after the game. Located in St. Mary's Square Business Complex, the Tap House is the new place to meet old friends. Best of luck to all Rider athletes and teams. Cheers to a healthy and successful season with lots of wins. See you at the Tap House at the Square.
The Friends of the St. Mary's Theater need your financial help. Any donation is welcome, and suggested donations, which can be pledged, are $200, $1,823, $2,023 and beyond. Send check to Friends of SM Theater, P.O. Box 382, St. Marys, Ohio, or visit Graham Opera House Live to make an online payment to the 501c3. The time is now to make this happen. See more on our Facebook page at Graham Opera House Live.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbacher at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbacher for all your legal needs.
Alrighty, we welcome you back where the game has concluded and the Defiance Bulldogs run their record to 3-1 on the season and 1-0 in the Western Buckeye League as they defeated the Rough Riders 67-61 here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Take a look at scoring quarter by quarter. At the end of the first quarter break, the Rough Riders held a 19-14 lead at the end of the first horn. Then at halftime, or in the second quarter, Defiance outscored St. Marys 19-8 to take a 33-27 lead into the locker room at halftime. Defiance outscored St. Marys in the third quarter 15-10, and at the end of the third quarter break, it was the Defiance Bulldogs 48, St. Marys Rough Riders 37. And then the Rough Riders did outscore Defiance in the fourth and final frame, outscoring them 24-19, but they come up short and lose this one by a score of 67-61. Let's take a look at the numbers. Once again, here's Kelly and Derek.
For St. Mary's scoring, it was pretty much Austin Parks and then a little contribution from everybody else. Austin came in with 26 points tonight, 7 of 9 shooting, and 12 unbelievably good for Austin. And I hope this is something that we'll see the rest of the year. 12 of 14 from the free throw line.
That's good.
Spectacular, 85% or almost 86% free throw shooting for him for the night, so kudos to him. Evan Anksman with 10 points, Jace Turner 6, Braden Sullivan 9, Kobe Nolan 7, and Noah Payne 3 to round out the scoring. If you look at turnover-wise, they finished up with 14 turnovers, which is what we talked about in the third quarter, where we got kind of out of sync offensively. But if you look at the percentages and stuff, shot 60% from the field for the team, for the game. 5 of 16 for 31% from three-point line. So again, not bad, but just they got out defended. And
didn't get many offensive rebounds given how much bigger we were than Defiance.
Right. Took 35 shots from the field to 42 for Defiance. And so, again, not extremely lopsided scores or numbers, but it was enough to give them that 10-point win. For Defiance, it was the Braden Shaw show. 30 points, 10 of 16 from the field.
Wow.
3 of 6 from three-point line, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. So what an effort from that young man. Second, Caden Zachrich, 19 points. Again, phenomenal night shooting for him. Isaac Schlatter with 14. Tyler Frederick with 3, and Aiden Kiesling with 1. 21 of 42 for 50% shooting for the Bulldogs. 8 of 18 from 3. That was a big discrepancy with the Rough Riders. And 17 of 24 from the free throw line. They obviously got to the free throw line more because the Riders were forced to foul there in the fourth quarter, so that's going to explain that discrepancy a little bit. We talked earlier in the game about Defiance as a really solid defensive team, and I don't think that the New Knoxville game was necessarily good preparation for the Rough Riders defensively, facing that kind of pressure, because it's a different level that they saw tonight.
You can get away with a lot of things offensively
right.
that you can't get away with against a team like Defiance. And you know, we didn't turn it over in the fourth quarter, but the Defiance pressure lessened in the fourth quarter too. I think
Correct.
that's worth noting. And but up until that point, Defiance really made us really uncomfortable, and
right.
we really struggled to get good shots just because we were forced away from the rim.
And I don't know how Dublin Jerome is going to be tomorrow, but they were a regional team last year. I think they may have lost to the eventual state
to a runner-up. I think
to the runner-up. Okay, and they took it to us here at home last year, and so not knowing what they have coming back, it's going to be a quick turnaround against another really strong team.
Let me ask you this question, and maybe this isn't a fair assessment. Austin Parks did not play in the first ball game of the season. Jace Turner stepped up. Evan Anksman stepped up. Austin Parks returns. Austin Parks scores in double digits. Nobody else is close. Are they focusing too much on trying to get the ball to Austin Parks to score and not taking the shots themselves, or is that not a fair assessment compared to the two ball clubs?
I think it's not probably fair, given that defensively Defiance is just light years ahead of where Knoxville was last week.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to find out again tomorrow and see. Again, that last year they were a really strong defensive team, so the Riders are going to have to, come back and figure out how to handle that defensive pressure. And it was really the same issue that they had last year at the same time of the year.
Right.
They're trying to kind of find their way with their guard play.
Yep, they got new people in. They lost some people to graduation. They got new people coming in. It's going to take a while.
Right.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at Grand Lake Health Systems Corp. Glad to have everybody along, has watched along the way. I want to thank our Rider Nation station crew for an outstanding job once again. Once again, our final score. The St. Marys Rough Riders lose in both contests tonight. The JFEs lose 38-34. The St. Marys Varsity loses by a score of 67-61. For my colleagues, Derek and Kelly J., I'm Joe Hurlburt. Until next time, so long, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.